Imagine this: you sit down to do something important, read a book, finish a project, spend quality time with someone you love. But just a few minutes in, your mind starts to wander. You reach for your phone without thinking. Notifications pop, messages distract, and before you know it, an hour has passed and you've barely done anything. Does that sound familiar? You're not alone. We're living in the middle of a global attention crisis. Our focus is being hijacked, stolen, bit by bit, not just by our phones or social media, but by entire systems designed to fracture our minds. In Stolen Focus, Why You Can't Pay Attention and How to Think Deeply Again, Johann Hari takes us on a powerful journey to understand why this is happening and, more importantly, what we can do about it. This isn't a book about blaming ourselves for being distracted. It's a call to reclaim our minds, not just individually, but collectively. Because attention isn't just about productivity. It's about how we experience life. Let's dive into the hidden forces behind our fragmented focus and the fight to take it back. Chapter 1. The Disappearing Mind. Hari opens with something most of us feel but can't explain. Our attention is getting worse and we don't know why. We blame ourselves. We say we lack willpower, that we're lazy, that we just need to be more disciplined. But the truth is far more complex and more dangerous. Our attention is being stolen by 1,000 cuts. Technology designed for addiction. Work structures built for burnout. A culture of speed over depth. An economy that profits from distraction. Hari explores the science. Attention spans are shrinking. Not because humans are weak, but because the environment around us has become more hostile to focus. We're being overloaded, overstimulated, and constantly interrupted. And that constant switching from one task to another destroys our ability to go deep. This chapter sets the foundation. You are not broken. The system is. Chapter 2. The Myth of Willpower. We're told that if we just try harder, we can stay focused, but that's a myth. Hari argues that willpower is not enough. In a world engineered for distraction, asking someone to just resist is like asking someone to walk upstream in a flooding river. He shares research showing that our cognitive resources are limited. The more we force ourselves to focus in a chaotic environment, the more depleted we become. It's not that we're lazy, it's that we're overwhelmed. The solution isn't to blame individuals, it's to change the environment. Just like you can't sleep in a noisy nightclub, you can't focus in a digital world built to steal your attention. Chapter 3. The Rise of Fragmentation. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to stay with a single thought for more than a few seconds? That's not a coincidence, it's by design. Our digital tools, especially smartphones and social media, are not neutral. They're engineered to keep us clicking, swiping, scrolling. Every time we switch from task to task, we pay what scientists call the switching cost. Each interruption breaks our mental rhythm. And when we switch back, it takes time to refocus, time we lose over and over again. This chapter breaks down the economic model of distraction. The more attention platforms get, the more money they make. The best way to keep your attention: outrage, emotion, novelty. Hari reminds us if something is free, you're not the customer, you're the product. Chapter 4. Deep work is dying. In a distracted world, deep work, the ability to focus on meaningful tasks without distraction, is becoming rare. And that's tragic, because deep work is where fulfillment lives. It's when you lose yourself in writing, designing, creating, thinking. Hari visits people and companies trying to bring deep focus back. Writers who go offline for months. Organizations that ban email for hours. Countries considering right to disconnect laws. But here's the catch: we can't do deep work if we're constantly exhausted. Which brings us to another thief of focus. Chapter 5. The Exhausted Brain. It's not just your phone stealing your focus, it's your fatigue. We live in a burnout culture. Overworked, underslept, constantly connected. And the brain, just like the body, needs recovery. Hari dives into the science of sleep and how chronic sleep deprivation degrades memory, attention, and emotional regulation. He talks to researchers who found that just one bad night of sleep can impair attention as much as alcohol. But our systems reward busyness, not rest. We glorify hustle and shame stillness. And we're paying for it with our minds. Chapter 6. From Consumer to Creator. When you scroll endlessly, you consume passively. You absorb what others have made. But when you create, write, draw, build, think, you reclaim your focus. Hari explores how creativity is deeply connected to attention. It requires space, boredom, silence. But boredom has become unbearable. We fill every empty moment with stimulation, waiting in line, phone, at a red light, phone. We're never alone with our thoughts. Hari challenges us to rediscover boredom, to let the mind wander without filling it, because that's where ideas are born. Creativity isn't just self-expression. It's an act of resistance against a world trying to reduce you to a consumer. Chapter 7. Kids and the Crisis of Attention. Children today are growing up in an environment more fragmented than ever. Hari shares heartbreaking stories. Kids who can't read a book. Students unable to concentrate for more than a few minutes. Teachers overwhelmed by tech-fueled attention deficits. It's not about banning screens, but about balance. Kids need play, movement, nature, stillness. The attention crisis is especially cruel to the young because their brains are still developing. And if they never learn to focus, they're robbed of something sacred: the ability to choose what to think about. Chapter 8. The Power of Collective Action. Here's where the book shifts. Up until now, the focus has been on causes, but now Hari asks, what can we actually do? Yes, there are personal strategies: turn off notifications, set screen limits, go on walks without your phone. But Hari says that individual solutions are not enough. You can't meditate your way out of a system designed to steal your focus. Real change requires collective action. Demanding ethical tech design. Resisting exploitative business models. Creating new laws to protect mental space. Focus is a public health issue. It deserves the same level of awareness and activism as climate or physical health. Chapter 9. Reclaiming Focus. A New Path Forward. In the final chapter, Hari offers hope. He paints a vision of a world where schools teach mindfulness alongside math. Workplaces prioritize focus, not just output. Communities value slow thinking, not just fast reaction. People protect their time as sacred. Reclaiming focus won't happen overnight, but it starts with awareness, with small changes, with brave conversations. Because to reclaim your focus is to reclaim your life, your relationships, your clarity. We can't afford to live in the shallows anymore. We're wired for depth. And the world needs us fully present. If you felt scattered, anxious, disconnected from your own thoughts, you're not alone. And you're not to blame, but you can take back control. Start small. Protect your mornings. And son, walk without your phone. Write something by hand. Sit in silence and let your mind return to itself. And together, let's demand more from the systems around us. Focus should not be a luxury. It should be a right. If this message spoke to you, if it made you pause, reflect, or even breathe a little deeper, subscribe to Real Deep Understanding. Here we explore the truths most people miss. We go beyond noise and into depth, into presence, into what matters. Like this video if it made you think. Comment below what's one way you plan to reclaim your focus this week. And share this with someone whose attention deserves to come home. The world may have stolen our focus, but now we're taking it back.